Happy Sunday, everyone. I hope that you are experiencing a bright and sunny morning, just as I am up here in the Bay Area. I have a brief video message for you today. I'm going to start by opening up our shared folder and going to the week 2 document. Okay. Let me enlarge this a bit so we can all see it. Okay, so again, this is a second week with no formal assignment because you should be right in the thick of implementing your intervention. This is week 2 of the course. Everybody has IRB approval. Everybody had IRB approval by last Monday. So you should have consent and assent by the end of this week. And you are getting ready to implement your intervention beginning tomorrow, Monday, March 13th, right? Okay, so the only thing in Blackboard as far as tasks to complete are to keep referring back to chapters 3 through 7 in Hendricks and writing your second reflection. So you should already have completed your first reflection, and then during the week you will be working on your second. Now, don't let too many weeks go by without revisiting your chapters 1, 2, and 3, okay? Because suddenly, I think it's week 5, you'll have to turn in the final version of your chapters 1 through 3, and that means that your lit review must be completed and that you have made all of the suggested revisions or updates to your chapter 1 through 3 that I suggested during the last course, okay? So don't be caught short on that. Know that you are implementing your intervention and you are keeping your reflection journal, but make sure that you're spending some time on tightening up and making all of those formatting changes, correcting spelling and grammar, any kind of extra explanation or clarification that I requested. Make sure you're working on that concurrently so that you don't have to do it all as a rush at the last minute when we get to week 5, okay? That's just my suggestion. So here are the learning outcomes again for 605. This is what you are expected to accomplish by the end of the course. And just a reminder, if you go into the syllabus, the points awarded for this particular course add up to 100, okay? And you can go into the syllabus if you're not familiar with this, but there are several things that are required, but you don't get points on. For instance, uploading the IRB approval, that's required, but you don't get any points for that. And then additionally, your reflections are required every week, but there are no points awarded for that. The points, all your points come from your finished capstone project, okay? The entire finished capstone project and your presentation, okay? Your defense of your capstone, that's your presentation. So here's your to-do list for this week. This link will take you to this presentation that I'm recording right now. Okay, a reminder to read, refer, and review chapters 3 through 7 of the Hendricks. Here is the screenshot of week 2 reflection journaling, and I have a little arrow here reminding you that you do have to complete your week 2 reflection. It should be a running journal, a cumulative journal, right? And each of your entries should be dated. You should be updating it weekly, okay? And your reflection posts are due no later than Sunday 11:59 on Sunday each week. Okay. So I have 4 from week 1 in right now, and it is 12:35 on Sunday. So you have about 11 hours. If you haven't done it yet, you have about 11 hours to get your first reflection in. Okay. So let's see. I am keeping track. There is no section in Blackboard for you to refer in your grade center area to see if I have read your journal, if I'm keeping track of you turning them in. So I've created a Google Doc. And if you click on this link here, it will take you to the document. So you can see as of 12:35 this Sunday, I have read Heidi's, Sergio's, Corinne's, and May's. That's who I have received so far. The X means it's been turned in. The RJH, that stands for me, Robin Hall. Those are my initials, and that indicates that I've read your journal entry. And I want to commend the 4 people that have already turned theirs in. Very coherent, well stated paragraphs on what has happened this past week. I think that it's a you can go into that area and view other people's postings. So if you're struggling with what to write for the first week, I suggest you go back and take a look at what Mayi, Corinne, Heidi, and Sergio have posted. But it looks really great. Thank you very much for proofreading. That's going to save you time in the long run, because when you go back to create your chapter 4, and you will be lifting some of the content right from your journal entries, you'll already have proofread, have well proofread, well written entries to pull from. So far they look really great, and I can, although there may be some frustration, a couple of you are still struggling to get things back from students in the way of consent forms, and not everybody has all the equipment that they were promised, but you're overcoming these barriers and challenges and moving forward, and that's perfect. So congratulations on that so far. So this, by the way, this form is in our shared 605 folder. You can see it right here. Okay, reflective journal entry completions. This is the document that is part of that link that you saw when we were looking right here on the week 2 document. Okay, so moving on. This week we have research group meetings with Robin. So again, if you have forgotten what your research time is, there is this research group Hangouts document in our 605. It's right here. Okay, I'm going to toggle back to our research group meetings. You can see what you have signed up for at the top here. And you will notice that I have now entered dates for you to sign up for week 4. Okay, so week 4 dates are now available. You can select a time, strike it out on the list, and enter it underneath your group. And so those of you that get out at this first have more choice, because as time goes on, fewer options will be available. And these are pretty much the only times I have available that week. So I believe I put out 12 times, but I don't have anything beyond that. So this is the list. Okay, got to make that work. All right, so I'll be talking to Cherie and Nancy on the 15th, Heidi and Corinne on the 14th, Sergio and Roger on the 15th, Verioska and Maria on the 17th, Melanie and Nicole on the 16th, and Mayi and Lindsay on the 14th. Okay, so that'll be happening this week. Therefore, there is no whole group hangout this week. Okay, back to the week 2 document. So again, no formal assignment, just your reflection and your hangout with Robin. There's no formal video lesson or module in Blackboard this week. I am leaving the sample capstone project here, particularly for those of you that were having formatting problems with your chapters 1, 2, and 3. Please review the comments that I made on your capstone chapters. Look here at what appropriate formatting looks like. Go back to the capstone template and look at what the appropriate formatting should look like. And as I mentioned before, don't wait too long to make the revisions that I suggested before this is all due again during week 5. It'll come fast. So don't let your guard down so that you're stressed during week 5. Take a look at this a little bit at a time each week. Okay, so again, sign up for your week 4 research group meetings. Those times are available. I erased week 1 in the schedule because we've already accomplished that as far as the hangout schedule. So we're in week 2. Okay, no whole group hangout, just research groups. We'll have a whole group hangout next week. Not this week we're in, but the following week. If you're still struggling with the difference between an observation journal and a reflective journal, I've left this link in here for you. We talked about this a little bit at our hangout this week. And here is the rubric for chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3. I'm leaving that in there. Soon I'll add chapter 4 because soon you'll be starting to create your chapter 4, which is your findings and your summary, your analysis, your data analysis. Okay? So back to 605. This is our shared folder. All the capstone resources, the template, the sample, and the handbook, the capstone handbook, all 3 are in the capstone resources folder in 605. And right now, the rest of the files in the shared 605 folder are the syllabus, the timeline, the reflective journal document where I'm keeping track of who's turned in their work and whether or not I've read the reflections and what kind of feedback I have for you. The research group document, signing up for Hangouts. This is the survey results on our spring break. Here was the week 1 to-do list, and here is the week 2 to-do list. Okay, Blackboard for week 2, pretty minimal. You'll notice that I took some snips right off of this page. Learning outcomes, the week 2 tasks, what you should be reviewing as far as reading, the information and place to click for your week 2 journal reflection. And we're not using Collaborate, we're using Hangouts. But if for some reason you can't find the schedule for your Hangout, I've put the link right down here at the bottom of the page. Okay, I think I've gone over everything. Have a great week, and I look forward to talking to you during your research group's meeting with me this week. And onward, upward. You're doing great. Keep up the pace, keep up the good work, and let me know if you have any issues, okay? Bye-bye for now.